Let me check all of your answers. Miss Huda's answer is correct. Miss Maham, no. Miss Sarah, the man felt they were small. No, not that. Miss Bushra, Sven's size made the other men stay on diet. Okay, the other crew stay and died, but what did they feel about him? Okay, let me ask you a question. Here you struggle to find the correct answer if you noticed. So what's my job now? What is the required task, or what should I do? I have to ask you more guiding question, and I'm so happy that you find the questions. If you have, let me ask you some questions. If you have to follow a diet, feeling hungry for many months, while another person doesn't have to follow any diet because his body fits the required task, both of you are assigned or being assigned. So what you're gonna feel about him? What you're gonna feel then? You'll envy him, amazing. You're gonna feel jealous, amazing. So look how some guiding questions take you to the correct answer directly. Let me show you. When you read here, he managed to qualify easily for the 150 pounds that kept so many of us on a reducing diet. So he was a wily little flu and managed to qualify easily for that task, but this task kept so many of us on a reducing diet. So what did they feel? What do they feel? They felt jealous. Amazing. Okay. So before leaving, don't forget your ICQs, your CCQs, working in groups or individual, whatever, but it has to be interactive and student-centered. It can be centered, by the way, and individual work. You know that? It can be a student-centered activity, task, and at the same time, it's individual work, not peer, not group. Because here the task, it's a task in which the student is working on his own without any help or support, just some guiding questions. Okay, the standard number 1 actually concerns about reading to identify what the text says explicitly, understanding, comprehension, the selection or the text by assigning comprehension questions and comprehension tasks besides citing evidence for your answer. Okay. Standard number 4, and if you're gonna ask me why standards are not in order, because I have to read in order, so I can read in order to apply different standards. It's not important to follow the standards in order, but you have to read in order. Okay, so standard number 4, interpret words and phrases as they're used in a text, including determining technical, connotative, and figurative meanings, and analyze how specific word choice, shape, meaning, or tone. This standard aims to interpret or explain how a specific word or phrase is used in the text. Some words are multiple meaning, some words have different connotations, and some words have figurative meanings, right? So this is the target of standard number 4, interpreting how particular words and phrases as they're used in a text, with which meaning or with which connotation or with which figurative language, okay, will be figured out by that task or following that task, I want you to go and read paragraphs 3, 4, 5, and 6. In paragraph 5, the narrator says that when the stars ceased to explode before my eyes, I had my first view of Clarabelle. What experience is the narrator describing here with the figurative language or with the figurative image of exploding stars? Go and read. And here it's not important to send me any screenshot or any shot from your mobile because we'll not be highlighting. You already have everything. I want you to read and to provide your answer in the chat box. You have 1 minute to read, 1 minute to write. Go ahead. Bushra, you're asking about the task again now? Okay, this is the task, honey. I want you to read paragraphs 3, 4, 5, and 6. In paragraph 5, the narrator says that when the stars ceased to explode before my eyes, I had my first view of Clarabelle. So here I have a word with figurative language, which is stars ceased to explode before my eyes. I want you to read paragraph 3, 4, 5, and 6 and tell me what experience here the narrator tries to describe with this figurative image of exploding stars. Okay? Okay, experience of seeing stars. Why? Why he used this figurative image? Why? If you read those paragraphs, you're gonna understand. It's a metaphor. He compared his thoughts about what's probably happening with the stars that are exploding. No, I think you got your comprehension for that selection is not right. Let me read it for you. Let me wait for some correct responses. Personification, which answers actually are running away. She was a small yellow canary hanging in the air as and with much less effort, for her wings were quietly full. No. Let me explain it for you, dear gals. Here he's saying what? He's describing the first time he saw Clarabelle. Okay? He said, I first became aware that Clarabelle was aboard when I was sitting in the little cubby hole, laughingly called my voice. There was a long and involved pattern of melody that was Clarabelle's voice or sound that made me look up with such a start that I forgot all about the angle beam. He forgot that there is something metal on his he's going to hit, or he's going to hit his head against, okay, just behind my head. So he hit his head against the angle beam. When the stars had ceased to explode before my eyes, I had my first view of Clarabelle. So, the flashes of lights that people see. Okay, let me ask you some questions. Now I see that you struggle to provide the answer, so I'm going to ask you some questions like you have or you should do in your classroom. When you hit your head strongly against something heavy like metal or like a wall or something like that, what you feel, what you see, what you feel in your head? When the narrator said, when the stars had ceased to explode before my eyes, did he really see any explosion of stars? No, no. So he described what? He described explosion of stars, that strong flashlight, for what? To describe what? Words here are used with literal meaning or figurative meaning? Tell me. I'm asking you as students. Pain, dizziness, he's shocked, figurative, amazing, yes, so he wanted to describe that when he hit his head that he felt something. Okay, so he used some words with figurative meaning to deliver that meaning. So let me ask you a question. Did it help you as a reader to imagine or to feel what he felt, or to see what he saw, or to hear what he heard using such figurative language? Word choice, using specific word with a specific figurative language, with specific connotation, with a specific meaning, help to deliver a specific meaning, and to deliver or to make, I want you to provide me a specific answer, but I don't want to provide you with, but I want to ask you, what is the difference between using just plain words, abstract words, describing the scene without any figurative language, like for example, he felt a strong migraine, he felt strong headache, he felt he had strong pain, how it's different from using such figurative language or figurative meaning, a word with figurative meaning, how it's different? The exact meaning, but it has a specific purpose here. The word choice here achieved a specific target. Let me ask you more questions, okay, not to waste time. You wouldn't picture it the same. Amazing, yes. Appeals to the reader senses. Amazing, Miss Sarah. This is the accurate answer. It made